Good morning, dear students. So, after completion of atomic structure, here we are going to start a new chapter, that is classification of elements and periodic properties. In simple, this is known as periodic classification of elements. So, what does mean by classification and why it need classification? You know about there are so many number of elements at that, and they have different behaviors. They have different chemical reactivity. So, as elements are different, reactivity is different, it is very difficult to remember all the elements and their properties and their reactivity. In this way, if some has some elements have similar properties, then that can be separated from other. So that is called a classification. So in this way, it requires classification if some has some elements have similar properties, and that can be separated from others, so that it becomes easier to remember them, and also it becomes easier to study about those elements and their compounds. So in this way, it requires classification. So there are so many scientists attempted for the classification of elements. One you know, that is Dauvergne triad system. In Dauvergne triad system, he classified the elements. He arranged the elements in a triad system, that is 3 elements into one group, so that the average mean of the atomic mass of average mean of first and third is the atomic mass of second element. In this way, different elements are arranged like lithium, sodium, potassium, and similarly different halogens, similarly calcium, strontium, barium. So these are classified. The central atom, the second atom in the triad system, the second atom has the average atomic mass. The atomic mass is similar to the average mass of first and third. But all elements cannot be arranged by this Dauvergne triad methods. And another scientist, that is Newland, he arranged all the elements as octave. The octave system in that of musical. So a musical system. So in that way, the every 8th element has similar properties from that of the first one. Every 8th element has similar properties than that of the first one. So in this way also, when elements are arranged up to calcium, it is fruitful, and after calcium, all these do not fall in the same octave system. You know this. And another scientist, that is Lothermeyer, he arranged all the elements according to atomic volume system. So when he draw a graph between the atomic mass and the atomic volume, so the atomic mass and the atomic volume, he found that similar elements occupy the similar positions. In the graph, the similar positions occupy the similar elements occupy the similar positions. For example, all the alkali metals generally occupy the peak, and the alkaline earth metal, they occupy the ascending series, and the halogens, they occupy the alkaline earth metals, they occupy the descending series, the halogens, they occupy the ascending series. So in this way, when we arrange all the elements at that time found, or the elements at that found, according to in the graphical method, that is according to its atomic volume and atomic mass method, we found that the similar atomic properties so the elements which are similar atomic properties, they occupy the similar positions. So in this way, he concluded that the elements are the periodic functions of the properties of the elements are the periodic functions of their atomic masses. So first, Lothar-Meyer told that, assume that the properties of elements are periodic functions of their atomic masses. Periodic functions of the atomic masses. But here also it takes large space, and also all elements could not follow this graph well. So in this way, another scientist, Mendeleev first time attempt to kept all these elements in tabular form. So he arranged all these elements in tabular form, and governing this rule that the physical and chemical properties of the elements are the periodic functions of their atomic masses. So from Lothar-Meyer he found some clue that properties of the elements, the physical and chemical properties of the elements are the periodic functions of their atomic masses, and from that we also arranged all the elements in tabular form and arranged in the increasing order of their atomic masses. So here also the physical and chemical properties of the elements, the physical and chemical properties of the elements are periodic functions of their atomic masses. So at that time 63 elements were discovered, and these elements are arranged in tabular form according to this rule, that is Mendeleev's rule, that is also known as Mendeleev's rule. So the physical and chemical properties of the elements are the periodic functions of their atomic masses. So in this way, this original Mendeleev's periodic table consists of 8 groups. Original Mendeleev's periodic table that consists of 8 groups and 7 periods. So original Mendeleev's periodic table that consists of 8 groups, and that is 8 groups, the vertical line that is called 8 groups, and 7 horizontal rows, 7 horizontal rows called periods, called 7 horizontal rows called periods. So at that time the novel gases were not discovered, and when the novel gases were discovered, these were kept in separate group, that is known as your zero group. So in this way, the modified Mendeleev's periodic table, and the modified Mendeleev's periodic table consists of 9 groups and 7 periods. And also after the discovery of these lanthanides and actinides, the modified periodic table, the original Mendeleev's periodic table does not contain the zero group element, that generally contain 8 groups, and these groups are again classified into 2 sets, that is A set and B set. So each group 1 consists of 2 A and B, group 2 consists of 2 groups A and B. So in this way, the 7 groups are classified as A and B, and there is another group, that is group 8, that consists of triads. So in this way, there are total 8 groups. So this consists of a triad system, and all other consist of A and B. At that time, no zero group element and no lanthanide and actinide. But in modified Mendel's periodic table, when zero group elements are discovered that are kept in another group, that is along with these 8 groups, another group that is called zero group, and lanthanide and actinides also kept in separate. Lanthanide and actinide, these are also kept in separate panel. These are kept in separate panel. So in this way, the modified Mendel's periodic table is constructed. But actually, there are some, although this Mendel's periodic table has some success. First time he arranged all these elements in periodic form, but these are also some drawbacks. So first, what are the advantages of this Mendel's periodic table? So this Mendel's periodic table helpful to determine or to discover for the new elements, for the discovery of new elements. So when Mendel constructed this periodic table, at that time there are some blank spaces, and that blank spaces that should be for some new coming elements. In this way, it leads to it gives an idea for the discovery of new elements. And again, it is helpful for the correction of atomic mass of elements. So beryllium, experimentally, the atomic mass of beryllium is found to be 13.5. But actually, according to property, it is as a divalency, as it is a divalency metal. So in this way, it is kept under beryllium and magnesium. So it's divalence material. But experimentally, it is also found that the equivalent mass of beryllium is, that is the equivalent mass of beryllium is found to be 4.5, and from this equivalent mass, the atomic mass of beryllium is found to be 9. So in this way, it is helpful for the correction of atomic mass of few elements. So first time these are arranged in tabular form, and this gives an idea for the discovery of a new discovery of some elements, and also it gives the idea for the correction of atomic mass of some elements. Although it has some advantages, but this Mendel's periodic table has also some disadvantages. This Mendel's periodic table have also some disadvantages. So the disadvantages of Mendel's periodic table are: first, it cannot explain the position of hydrogen atom. So where should the hydrogen should be placed? That cannot be well explained by Mendel's periodic table. And next, there is no another thing. There is, that there are some isotopes. So isotopes have different atomic masses but same atomic number. So he arranged all the elements. Which have different isotopic masses in the same group. So different isotopes, they have different atomic masses, but they are placed only in one group. That is also. So as he arranged all the elements in the increasing order of their atomic masses, but isotopes which have same atomic masses, which have different atomic masses, that are placed in one group. And another thing, when he arranged all the elements in the increasing order of atomic masses, he cannot explain the position of potassium, the position of tellurium, potassium, tellurium, and the position potassium, tellurium. He cannot explain, and that of cobalt. So the potassium has atomic mass, that is 39, while that of argon is 14. So if arranged increasing order, then potassium should be kept first, then argon, but actually he kept argon, then potassium. Next, similarly between tellurium and iodine, tellurium has higher atomic mass than that of iodine. So if it has higher atomic mass than that of iodine, it should be placed after iodine, but it is placed before iodine. Similarly, between cobalt and nickel, cobalt has higher atomic mass. So cobalt has, suppose here we arrange like this, argon and potassium. So potassium has higher atomic mass than that, argon has higher atomic mass than that of potassium, but placed before potassium. Tellurium has higher atomic mass than that of iodine, but placed before iodine. Similarly, cobalt has higher atomic mass than that of nickel, still it is placed before cobalt. In this way, he could not explain the position of argon, tellurium, cobalt, where these are placed before potassium, iodine and nickel respectively. Next, in some cases, he also arranged the alkali metals and alkaline earth metals, which have different properties, but all are placed in one group, that is in group 1. The coinage metals, that is the silver, mercury, etc., the silver, copper, silver, gold, these are placed in group 1 along with the alkali metals, but they have different chemical behavior that also cannot be explained. And the position of lanthanide and actinide can be also, lanthanide and actinide also cannot be explained easily. In this way, there are some drawbacks, and the major drawback is that he could not explain why when these are arranged, why the similar properties appear after certain regular interval. So why the similar properties? So no proper explanation was given for that, why the elements placed in a group. So if the elements placed in a group, why they behave similarly, it cannot explain. So suppose in group 1, the sodium, potassium, etc. are present, then why they have similar properties from that of other elements. The elements placed in a group, why they have similar properties, that cannot explain when these are arranged in atomic masses. So in this way, it requires some modification. So this form of this Mendeleev periodic table is again modified by different scientists, and the present form of periodic table is also known as modern periodic table or long form of periodic table, which is the modification of Mendeleev's periodic table, and just one term is changed. Instead of this atomic masses, actually the physical and chemical properties, or this physical and chemical properties, as electrons are responsible for the different properties of elements. In this way, and number of electrons in an atom is equal to number of protons in an atom. So in this way, just this line in the sentence is changed, that is the physical and chemical properties of the elements are the periodic functions of their atomic numbers, and then all elements are arranged according to their atomic numbers. Okay, so the long form of periodic table is also a modification of Mendeleev's periodic table. Long form of periodic table is also a modification of Mendeleev's periodic table. So the present form of periodic table, also known as long form of periodic table, also known as modern periodic table. So present form of periodic table, also known as long form of periodic table, also known as modern periodic table. And this modern periodic table based on modern periodic law. This based on modern periodic law. That is, the physical and chemical properties of the elements, the physical and chemical properties of these elements of are periodic functions of their atomic numbers. So the physical and chemical properties of the elements are the periodic functions of the atomic numbers, and according to the atomic number, or according to the electronic configuration of elements, now all these elements are arranged. So according to the electronic configuration of elements, the long form of periodic table is arranged. So, and this is the extent form of Mendeleev's periodic table. This is the extent form of Mendeleev periodic table, and the extended and modified form of Mendeleev's periodic table. And just the rule is changed, and in this way all these elements are arranged according to their atomic number and electronic configuration. So all elements are arranged in tabular form according to electronic configuration. So the long form of periodic table consists of 18 vertical rows called groups, 18 vertical rows called groups, 7 horizontal rows called periods, and 4 blocks. So the long form of periodic table consists of 18 vertical rows called groups, 7 horizontal rows called periods, and 4 blocks. So when we arrange all the elements according to the electronic configuration, the elements which have similar electronic configuration in the valency shell, these are present in the same group. Which have identical electronic configuration, which have similar electronic configuration, generally these are present in a same group. Similarly, when they were at the electronic configuration, and what is the highest quantum number for that electron? What is the highest quantum number for that electron? That represents the period. And whenever we arrange the electronic configuration, the last electron enters in which subcell, that represents the block. So last electron enters in which subcell, that represents the block, which has what is the highest quantum number, that represents the period, and what is the electronic configuration, that represents the group. How many number of electrons depending on the group is there. So the long form of periodic table consists of 18 groups, 7 periods, and 4 blocks. So the long form of periodic table, the vertical columns are known as groups. So the long form of periodic table formulated on the basis of outer electronic configuration of atoms, whereas elements are arranged in the increasing order of atomic numbers according to modern periodic law. The physical and chemical properties of the elements are periodic functions of their atomic numbers. Next, long form of periodic table consists of 7 horizontal rows called periods, 18 vertical columns called groups, and 4 blocks. Groups. The vertical columns in the periodic table are called groups. Earlier there were 16 groups. So earlier these are represented as 1A, 2A, 3A, 4, 1A, 2A, 3B, 4B, 4B, then 5th B, 4th B, 5th B, 6th B, and 6th B, 7th B, and 8. This 8 group consists of 3 groups again. So 3 groups, and then 1B, 2B, 3A, 4th A, 5th A, 6th A, 7th A, and 0. And according to IPSC system or modern system, now these groups are represented as group 1 to 18. Next, what are the characteristics of the groups? So in a group, all the elements present in a group have similar electronic configuration. They have similar physical properties and chemical properties, but their valency is same, but they show a regular gradation in their physical properties like melting point, boiling point, density. So different from their atomic size generally in a group increases. Okay, so these are some characteristics of group elements present in a group. Let us point out what are the characteristics of group. Before that, just I am waiting for 1 minute so that you can pause this and note down what are the points written. Okay. So characteristics of groups. All the elements in a group have same general electronic configuration. For example, if we consider about group 1 elements that are present in group 1 present lithium, sodium, potassium, all have general electronic configuration NS1. So lithium has 1s2, 2s1, sodium has lithium has 1s2, 2s1, and sodium has 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, then 3s1, and potassium has argon, then 4s1. So 2s1, 3s1, 4s1. In this they have general electronic configuration NS1. So all the elements have same general electronic configuration. Similarly, group 2 has general configuration NS2. So elements included in a group have same number of valence electron and same valency. The group 1 element have valency 1, group 2 elements have valency 2, like this. So they have same number of valence electrons in the outermost shell. They contain same number of electrons and they have same valency. So magnesium, calcium, barium, strontium all have valency 2. Similarly, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, francium, these are present in group 1, all have valency 1. So which are placed in a same group. The elements present in a particular group have same number of valence electrons and they have same valency. Next, the physical properties of the elements such as melting point, boiling and follow a systematic pattern. Either they increase gradually or in some cases decrease gradually. So the physical properties these generally follow particular pattern. Next, the atomic size of element increase down the group. So when we move a particular group, the atomic size or atomic volume increases. That is due to addition of new energy cells. Next, the elements in each group have similar chemical properties as they contain same number of valency electrons. As electrons are responsible for the physical and chemical properties of these elements, generally the chemical properties of the elements, as electrons are responsible for chemical reaction in this way. As electrons are responsible for different chemical reactions in this way, as they contain same number of electrons. In this way, in a group, the elements have generally similar chemical properties. So note down these points. Okay, so next come to what is your periods. So periods actually the 7 horizontal rows in a periodic table are called periods, and these periods generally these periods are according to the electronic configuration. So when electrons are arranged according to Aufbau principle, and as Aufbau principle the electronic configuration comes after 2, 8, 8, 18, 18, 32. In this way, this period also consists of in the same way, following this Aufbau principle. This periodic, so this periods, all the elements are arranged according to Aufbau principle. So the first period is the shortest period that contain 2 electrons. The second and third period are the second and third period are the short period. They contain 8 elements each, and the fourth and fifth that are the long period that contains 18 elements each, and the sixth and seventh period that contains 32 elements. Actually, the seventh period is incomplete. So first period is the short period that contain 2 elements. The second and third that contain 18 elements, and fourth and that contain 8 elements. Fourth and fifth that contain 18 elements, and sixth and seventh that contain 32 elements. This is the shortest period. And these two are short periods, and this is the long period, and these are the longer periods. Okay, so in this way these are classified, and each period corresponds to the principal quantum number, the highest principal quantum number. So whenever we write the electronic configuration, what is the highest principal quantum number, that represents the valency cell, and according to the highest principal quantum number, the same period is assigned to an element. For example, if sodium has electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1, its highest principal quantum number is 3. In this way, sodium is present in third period. Okay, so in this way, all these periods are arranged. And what are the periods and what are their characteristics? Let us note down that. So the horizontal rows in the periodic table are known as periods. So there are 7 periods. These are represented as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 5, 6, 7 like this. And the horizontal rows are known as periods. There are 7 periods in the periodic table numbered as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The periods are according to the principal energy cell, and the number of elements in each period is equal to the number of electrons present in the corresponding energy cell. And so as the orbitals are filled, so according to Auber principle, as the orbitals are filled in this way, these electrons, these are arranged. And the first period, the shortest period, consists of 2 elements. Second period, 8 elements. Third period, 8 elements. These are short periods. Fourth, fifth contain 18 elements. Sixth period contains 32 elements. Seventh period also has capacity 32 but incomplete. So when we write the electronic configuration of element, first we write 1s, it has 2. Then we write 2s, 2p, it has 2, it has 2. In the 2s, 2p6, it has 8 capacity. And after that we write that is 3s2, 3p6. So in this way third also contain 8 elements. Before going this 4s, before going this 3D, the electron enters to the 4s subcell. Before going 3D, so after 1s2, then 2s2, 2p6, then 3s2, 3p6. And before going this 3D, the electron enters to the 4s. In this way, 4s2, then 3d6 and 4p6. So the periodic table, so again it contains 4s2, 3d10 and 4p6. So 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6 and 4s2, 3d10 and 4p6. So as it contains 18 electrons here in this way, and the highest quantum number, principal quantum number is 4. So it is present in fourth period. So fourth period contains 18 elements. And again we can write this is that 5s2, then 4d10, then 5p6. So in the fifth, before going this 4d, the electron enters to 4s. As it has electronic configuration 4s2, 4d10 and 5p6. In this way, it is also present. Fifth also contains 18 elements. So total 2, 10, 6. So total 18. In this way, it contains 18 elements. And after this 4p, then we come to 6s2, 4f14, then 5d10, then 6p6. So in this way it also contains total number of electrons 32. As the total number of electrons 32, the sixth period contains 32. So as we arrange the electrons in the electronic configuration, these periods are there, and according to the highest quantum number, the period numbers are there, and how many number of electrons present in this way, the period contains. In this way, the period contains that many number of elements. So these are just the construction of periods. Next come to what are the characteristics of these periods. So in this period, whenever we go from left to right, as the number of electron increases, the different properties increases. So their basic character of oxides decreases, acidic character of oxides increases, the melting point, boiling point increases, in some cases increases, in some cases decreases, and their metallic character decreases. The starting are the metals, towards the end these are non-metals. So these are some characteristics of periods. So there are different properties, ionization energy, electronegativity, all these values increases as we move from left to right in a period. So what are the different characteristics of periods? Let us discuss here. So in a period, all the elements present in a period the electrons are filled in the same valency cell. So in a period with present, suppose consider about the third period and fourth period, all are present in the same valency cell. And the atomic size of elements generally decrease from left to right in a period. In a period, the metallic character of elements decrease from left to right, already discussed. The electropositive character decrease while electronegative character increase from left to right in a period. And with the change in electronic configuration, the valency of elements also changes. The valency of elements also changes in a period from left to right. Okay, so these are the characteristics of periods. Look at here. This is the long arm of periodic table, and this consists of here first 1A, this is 2A, 3B, 4B, 5B, 6B, 7, 8. Then 1B, 2B, 3A, 4A, 5A, 6A, 7A, 0. Earlier these are named, and nowadays 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 and 18. And it consists of how many, look here, it consists of how many periods? It consists of 7 periods. Period 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It consists of 7 periods. So in the 7 periods, first 2 hydrogen and helium. The second period consists of 8 elements, 2 here, 6 here. And this third period also contains your, look here, this third period, this also consists of 8 elements, 2 here and 6 here, 8 elements. And the fourth period, this is total 18 elements, fifth 18 elements, sixth, actually it looks 18 elements, but here it looks like 18 elements, but half of this group 6 period, half of this group 6 are present. So up to cesium, barium and lanthanum is there, and another portion of this period, the 14 elements are present as lanthanide series. And here the group 17 is, in this case of group 7 period, francium and radium is there, and actinium. From actinium, what are the elements present? That are present as actinoids. These are present as actinoids here, and these actinoids, these are present as these actinoids. Look here, these are actinoids, these are 14 elements. So here 18 elements and here 14 elements. Total 32 elements. And here 18 elements and here 14 elements. Total 32 elements. And in this way, these are again classified into blocks, different blocks. This one is F block, and what is present? This one is known as P block elements. Up to this 3A to or group 13 to 18. These are known as your P block elements, and 1A, 2A. These are known as your S block elements, and this from group 3 to this group, that is from group 3 to 12. These are known as D block elements. And later we will discuss about what are the block elements and what are the characteristics of these block elements.